Alright, I just got my kitty. Alright, this is my first kitty. She is pretty, and the doggies will come right to you. And want you to pet them, but this guy gives 0 Fs. In fact, I can't pet him. Normally the dog will let you pet him whenever you want. This guy, apparently no. No option to pet. Alright, well, we're gonna take this kitten. You get like companions you can take. They used to be robots that would kind of help and augment, and then they added like puppies. And then now they've got kittens. So we're going to upgrade this kitty. First off, sure, why not? It's a critical strike kitty. Yeah, I'll burn a mod. You can pick up these Orkin reactors for money, or you can get them decently frequently, like about once a week or something with an event, maybe sometimes more than that. So, let's see. Well, we'll go ahead and just upgrade these mods. This is basically how it kind of works for weapons and for everything else. Weapons, all mods on your Warframe and all that. So you can see that I'm selecting the mod as a 10% chance to reflect damage back to the enemy, amplifying it by 15%. So, and then I pump some money and resource into it. You can get up to 40% chance to reflect damage, amplifying it by 60%. Why not? It's kind of lame. It's not exactly what I care about, but you need to kind of level these guys up anyways. Let's see. These little things have the like symboled objects, so it's not really. I don't know. These cats are new to me. Not impressed with any of those abilities. So what we'll do is we're gonna let's see what their armor like. Critical chance armor, energy, health. Okay, so we'll link shields. So I have good shields, and we'll link health, and that's gonna modify quite a bit. And then you know, maybe we'll link armor. No, why not? And then we need a number 6. I've got these ordered by Drain. Pack leader. Heal my pet with a percentage of my melee damage. That sounds like a good idea. Oh, we'll do that. And we're good. And I don't know. I might pull the blueprints off of it and sell those on the market or something. She's pretty though. I like her tail. Or actually, it's a dude, isn't it? Pretty sure actually Myos is a dude. I typically name all my creatures after sometimes obscure gods. So we've gone to the front door at the front of our ship, and we're looking for a mission now. That's what we're doing. And we got these alerts that are up. Nothing looks good to me, the level that I'm at. And there's nothing really interesting here in these sort of invasions to me that I need. And these are sort of syndicate missions that I could do. And I'm not really ready to do these end tier sort of end gear raids. So what we'll do instead is I gotta unlock this. This is blinking. They like you to unlock all these things, so we'll go ahead and do a quick defense. Shouldn't take long. This is owned by a an alliance, so we'll get some bonus. You want to do these They used to make you have to pay for these. I guess they still have those disabled. So like a percentage of what you earned would go back to the clan or the alliance that owned it, and then the alliance would bid rails, and then there would be like alliance battles, and that was all neat, but I guess it was unsatisfactory, and they sort of built this whole new PvP thing to go. And I get it because
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive.
end tier can seem a little dull.
I remember these monsters from long ago.
I think I'm gonna go straight melee for the moment. My tonfas. So we gotta protect this pod. Once I step in there, it starts it. Alright, kitty. What are you gonna do? Yeah, this is basically the not flood. I think this is like kind of one of the last enemies introduced, sort of. I mean, it's another enemy type, but these are like, there's 3 major ones. And I think the first were the Grenier. Oh, this guy grabbed me. Then there were the Corpus, which are kind of like technology shield dudes, where the Grenier are more. Alright. I don't like that. Get my laser Gatling gun out. Grenier are more armor related, susceptible to corrosive damage. Corpus are more shield related. And then these guys are just kind of weak, but overwhelm you. I just popped my slowdown juice and slowed a lot of them down. You'll see like they're coated with cotton candy. And each enemy is kind of susceptible to a damage type. So you'll have your like your piercing, your physical damages, or your piercing, your impact, and your slash. Weapons have focuses and sort of a damage type. Sometimes they have kind of a little bit of everything. Sometimes they're kind of equal in everything. Specialization is usually king. Oh, little sneeze there. So piercing is good for armor. Impact is good for shields. And slash is good for flesh. And there's some mix, like, so generally your piercing is good for Grenier, slash for the infested here, and then impact for Corpus. But then you'll have, sometimes the Corpus will have a couple of armor units in there. So will the infested here. So you do mix them up a bit. But that's kind of why you have 3 different weapons types too. You know, you got your primary, your secondary. My secondary is pretty boss. It's kind of a hand cannon. Which goes pretty well with slowing them down to a crawl. Alright, this is just the first of 5 waves, and you can, this is sort of an endless, every 5 that you go releases a better prize until the 4th prize, and then it cycles over again. And so there's like 4 drop tables. So they call it A, B, C, and D. You're usually trying to get to D. C is usually a pretty good drop table. You can look up these drop tables on the wiki. The community kind of puts them all together and gives you an idea of what drops where, just by kind of stating what they found. But in general, you want to stick around for the 4th one. It's the best prize. And right there, that was a yellow's armor. So these have armor. I have corrosive damage on this pistol, so. Kind of knocked that armor off pretty quick. So that's the other deal too. And then you have like, we're gonna go ahead and extract.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
You've got like toxic fire and cold and electricity. And those also have all status effects. Unique status effects, and then you can mix them. So if you put like fire and cold together, you get blast damage, and that is good against like robotics, but bad against shields. So what you end up getting is a lot of, I don't know, a lot of choice on how you want to mix things up. This is a Riven mod. And it's specifically for the Supra. So that's kind of one of the things I was shooting for. And it's one of the reasons why I've prestiged this guy 3 times and I'm working him up. And this guy's puncture specific, so he's great against Grineer. So it's a Corpus weapon. Grineer are their enemies. Their weapons tend to be good against Grineer. And vice versa. Let's see. This one's a good example, though. On this one, I have cold and poison put together, right? And then I also have electricity and cold. And how it goes is like, it goes in this order: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these two will form a mod, and then these two will form a damage type. So if I were to swap these, it should make totally different. I'm pointing to the screen, you can't see that. So instead I get gas and magnetic. But if I swap these two, a big deal. But if I swap these two, it'll make gas and magnetic instead. So frost and or electricity, cold and electricity, or magnetic. Whoops. Now I've got it all messed up. There we go. I like radiation. Radiation basically turns off, like if somebody's emitting, there's power drain guys out there, and sometimes power is life, and they'll drain your mana, to say. Radiation turns off any aura abilities they got on. It also makes them attack each other. They're confused, so they'll just attack the nearest object. Viral is really OP on flesh and things like that, because anything with a red hit bar, it knocks it down in half for like 6 seconds, which if you can take the guy down faster than that, or put another status on him, that's good. And I've got the status percent rate up to 98.4%, so almost a guarantee every time I hit him, and it's got a pretty good critical chance. I think I also have a crit build here. This one has blast and corrosive, so I don't get too serious about all of that, min-maxing all that. But yeah, Nova's probably my favorite frame. If you're starting off, this is sort of the base mag. Got a lot of time in her. This is Mag Prime. Pull those out. It's a special helmet. I think it's Mag, Excalibur. That's kind of a special Excalibur skin. He's gotten a rework, so he's pretty good. Mag, Excalibur, and Volt are the starting ones. I highly recommend Mag. course, you got your Volt Prime, fancier Volt. Then you should probably get a Rhino. Frost is pretty good too. He's really useful in defense missions. He puts up the big snow globe and kind of protects everybody. So he's really solid, but he gets a little boring to play. Rhino is pretty exciting always. Get a little picture of Rhino and then we'll call it a night on this vid. Rhino Prime. This is a skin, special skin. And that's the Prime variant. So, yeah, I love this game. Got a lot of hours in it. And that was kind of a show of defense and kind of an explanation of mods.